So unfortunately for Jake Kaminsky, his day is done quickly, but on the other hand, for Marcus D'Almeida, it's another big win, another notch for him. He notches up a 6-0 win and now moves on to the semifinals, which is what Pierre Plihon is hoping to do as he takes the stage and is introduced here. And a lot of fans from France, a lot of fans here in Switzerland getting behind Pierre Plihon. Pierre Plihon of France. What an interesting young man. It's kind of fun. I rode Metro from the hotel down here to the Ouchy district, which is where we are located here. And Pierre was on the Metro with me, and two young people took a look at him, said, "Who are you?" And he said, "I am Pierre Plihon." And they said, "Great, we're going to the archery match today. We're going to cheer for you. We've just picked you out, and you're our guy." He said, "Thank you very much. Merci beaucoup." He'll need the moral support as he takes on Florian Kahllund of Germany. Kahllund, 4th in the world and 6th on the World Cup circuit this season, 21 years old, and his shining moment came on the beach in Antalya, Turkey. Won the gold medal there, defeated Korea's Lee Sung-young in the 1/8 round before facing Hu Bon-chan in the finals. Had to use his spare bow late in the match to finish things off and win, and we'll get into that a little bit more as this match progresses. But Florian Kahllund, it was that victory in Antalya that propelled him here to the World Cup finals in Lausanne. As for Pierre Plihon, his silver medal performance in Shanghai was instrumental in getting him here to Lausanne. Pierre, 5th in the world and 3rd in World Cup points this summer with 36. On the line, should be a 10.
Allez, neutre, tout de suite.
So Pierre puts up what we think is a 10 on his first shot and comes back with a 9. Those camera angles can be a little bit deceiving. We'll have to wait for the judge's ruling.
Nach links drehen.
Ooh, falters.
5.
5 seconds left on the clock when he released it, and there's the result. After this shot by Kahllund, I want you to tell me what happened there. So it would appear, now we'll have to wait and see if that 9 is really a 10 for Pierre Plihon, but on his 3rd shot, what happened?
So he either it came through the click or he almost shot it, realized that he wasn't ready. And then he was going to come down, but then he realized he didn't have time to come down and start again. So then he pulled back up again and got himself as good as he could and shot it and got an 8. And I think, yeah.
There you see it.
So yeah, even the arrow came off the arrow rest and had to put it back on again.
And let's give it up for Florian Kahllund.
Now, according to the scores that I'm receiving, they are giving 27 points to Kahllund. And I think they gave 10 points to Pierre Plihon on his first shot, which would have given him 27 points. So I think they split.
I think that's right.
So it's 1-1, according to Hilda Gibson. Send those cards and letters to Hilda Gibson, GBR.
Allez, Pierre, tout de suite.
See, I give you all of that responsibility, and I take none of it for myself.
That's very kind.
I do that with all my guest analysts, just to make them feel a little bit more comfortable. Good to have Hilda with us here on Recurve Sunday, quarterfinals. And Kahllund up 9-7 on his second shot. Pierre Plihon, after a 7, comes back with a 9. But right now, Kahllund just needs to be solid. Not as solid as he wants to be. Only a 1-point lead heading to the final shot of this second end. Plihon places it in the 8 ring. Not happy at all. And I think he's going to be less happy after this shot by Florian Kahllund, because he takes the set with that shot, picks up the 2 points, and now leads 3-1. I do want to get back to the story about his gold medal performance on Ponyalti Beach in Antalya. I mentioned he had to use his spare bow. His arrow rest had broken on the second shot during the match. I believe it was on the second shot of I believe it was the second to last set, as I recall. He got to the shoot-off, won the gold medal as Kuban Chan shot a 9, Florian shot a 10, and afterwards Kahllund said he was aiming at the blue rings and it wound up in the center. Now when I aim at the blue rings, they wind up in the blue rings or somewhere off in outer space. He aims at the blue rings and ends up in the center.
Well, sometimes you have to aim off, and sometimes you have to let your instinct say what you've got to do. So.
Pierre Plihon, one of the event organizers of the Indoor World Championships in Nîmes. Here in the World Cup finals, battling for his life, trailing 3-1 as we start this third set. Well done. And that brings a big cheer from the crowd in the grandstands here in Lausanne. Just waiting for something good to happen, something that they can cheer for the Frenchman. And the Frenchman with an opportunity here to put this set away.
9.
Is 9 enough? Is 9 enough? It is indeed, as Florian Kahllund comes up with an 8, and so we are tied up at 3-all.
So Plihon did very well to get to draw the first set. He could have run out of time or actually not got a good enough score for that last arrow. So he did really well. But I think in the next set that unsettled him. But I think now he's got it back.
Pierre Plihon, a really very interesting story, as I mentioned, an organizer of the Indoor World Championships in Nîmes, and they do a great job in Nîmes with that event. Shanghai Stage 1 marked the first time he had entered and competed in a tournament on this level, and he says, I was so nervous, my legs were shaking, I couldn't shoot under those conditions. He still was able to come up with a silver medal performance, losing to Japan's Kikuchi Hideki, but along the way had defeated archers like Taylor Worth and Juan Rene Serrano. So he proved his mettle in winning that silver medal.
8.
Could kind of tell by the way he pulled his bow away after that shot. He wasn't happy.
8.
So that's how it's going to be. A battle of 8s. Pierre wants to pick up his game right here. Picks it up, lays it down, stabs the target with the 10.
9.
Advantage once again to Pierre Plihon. What will he do with it?
9.
Pretty good shot. Is it enough? A 10 right here. They'll split the points in the set, and it'll go to 4-4. Anything less than 10? Oh, there is the 10. A clutch shot for the German archer, Florian Kahllund. So they split the points, and it goes to 4-4. So after the first men's quarterfinal match is decided in a sweep by Marcos Vinicius de Almeida of Brazil, this set going to go the distance. Heading to the 5th set right now between Pierre Plihon of France and Florian Kahllund of Germany. Kahllund, 21 years old. Pierre Plihon, not much older.
Allez, Pierre. Allez.
Four set points apiece. Pierre Plihon is shooting first on target 1. 4 points silver company for Pierre Plihon. That's la première place du numéro 7.
Once again, a great look, courtesy of super slow motion, at the flight of those arrows, the trajectory, how those arrows fishtail.
They bend as well as rotate as they leave the bow.
Speaking of arrows, good to see Greg Easton here for the World Cup finals.
Yeah, he was watching all day yesterday. So.
Many of these archers using Easton and Hoyt bows as well. Plihon with the early edge, but may have given it back with that 8. It's a chance for Florian Kahllund.
8.
Allez, Pierre. Actif et jusqu'au bout.
A 10 right here, he'll clinch the set. Instead, way high.
It's a really snatched shot.
So a 9 for Florian Kahllund, and he moves on to the semifinals. And is it on the line? It appears to be on the line. Those shadows make it tough to see, but
I think that was into the 9.
all right, if Hilda Gibson says so, I'm going with that.
Let's wait and see what the judge says.
Apparently, Pierre Plihon will concede the victory to Florian Kahllund. So Kahllund just did catch that line, apparently, and he will move on to the semifinals, and he is apparently our winner here in the second quarterfinal match of the day. But a nice round of applause for the Frenchman, Pierre Plihon, who had a very good outdoor season. Very nice young man, very pleasant. And Pierre Plihon's day is done. But more work to be done by Florian Kahllund. Well, now we'll go back